I had a gentleman call me up and told me that he had a watch that he liked from one of those Muppet Boiler Room channels, but he felt a little bit strange about making the purchase. And I told him, listen, if you want to find out if these Muppet Boiler Room channel is trustworthy, the first thing you have to do is look at their subscribers and their views and their likes and their comments. And he says, why? I said, because most of those channels deal with fake subscribers, comments, likes, and views. And he says, really? And I said, that's right. These Muppet Boiler Room channels can buy all that into making you believe that their watch Muppet Boiler Room channel is popular and everybody's watching it, when in reality they're just buying packages. They're buying services from these social media platforms that sell you all these packages. You have package 1 that sells you subscribers, you got package 2 that sells you subscribers and views, and you have package 3 that sells you subscribers, views, comments, and you have the granddaddy of them all, which is package 4, which sells you the subscribers, the views, the comments, and the likes. That's right, these guys are a bunch of hucksters. These guys are fake. These channels are fake. They're doing this to make you think that their channel is popular and everybody is looking at their channel, when in reality they're just hucksters. Hucksters. These guys are fake. Are they trustworthy? Like I was telling this gentleman that wants to buy the watch. If you see that these guys are purchasing subscribers, views, likes, and comments, can you trust these people in reality when they're just trying to get you as lollipop suckers? They're trying to get you enticed. What happens is, every time these guys put a new video out there, they have to purchase again the following week new views, new likes, and new comments. It happens every single week. These guys ain't trustworthy. My channel is organic. My channel has 2,600 subscribers. Most of the time I get more, when I do a premiere, I get more views than a channel that has 300,000 subscribers. Isn't that crazy? I got 2,600 subscribers and I get more views than that channel that has 300,000 subscribers. You know why? Because what they buy is numbers. They buy numbers. These are click farms. They're generated by boot and fake click farms. That's right. They're generated by fake click farms. These videos, when they put a video out there, don't think for a moment that real people are looking at it. Nobody's looking at those videos. Nobody's looking at those videos because those videos are a click farm, sell you all these clicks and sell you these comments and likes. It's a sketch. Don't be lollipop suckers into believing these guys. These guys say they have so many subscribers. There's a guy out there that has 25,000 subscribers, right? 25,000 subscribers. And I look at his clock view, and he gets like probably 35 views with 25,000 subscribers. I got 2,600 subscribers, and I get, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 views because my channel is organic. I really have an audience for real. But most of these Muppet Boiler Room watch channels are dealing with different companies that sell you all these packages. That's right. To get monetized, anybody that has a YouTube channel wants to get monetized. And in order for you to get monetized, you have to have 1,000 subscribers. You have to have 4,000 hours of view. 4,000 hours of view for you to get monetized. That's right, for you to get monetized. And that's the whole thing. People that do these channels, they want to get monetized because they want to make money. In order for them to make money, they have to be monetized and they have to have 4,000 hours of views under their belt. So what happens is, a lot of these people just buy from these different platforms the 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 hours of views. But in reality, they can never be monetized because it's not legal. I'm not no YouTube expert, but I don't think YouTube is here to give money away to people. If that's the case, everybody will be buying all these subscribers and all these views, and they'll be making money. But in reality, it doesn't work that way. Every week, these people, when they put out a new video, they have to buy new views, new comments, and new likes. Because if they don't, you're gonna notice that their channel is just a sketch. You know, it's a sketch, it's not for real. So what they do is every week they buy views from these click farms. You know, we call them click farms. You know, click farms. They buy clicks, you know, views. You know, nobody's looking at their video, you know, and it's just going all the way to the bottom of the barrel because nobody's looking at it. But, you know, it's making you believe that everybody's looking at their video. Basically, I have, like I said again, I have 2,600 organic subscribers. I get probably more views than those monkeys, than those hucksters. That's right, I get more views than those monkeys. You know, they're a bunch of hucksters. And you see them that they have 500,000 subscribers, 300,000 subscribers. And when they do a premiere, you know, like an example, the one that has 500,000 subscribers. And when he does a premiere, they probably have like 150 people viewing that premiere video. I have 2,600 subscribers and I get 75, 85, 60, you know, people watching my premiere. And I don't have 500,000 subscribers. I only have 2,600. But the one that has 500,000 gets like 150. That is nothing. Why? Because it's a sketch. This guy just finished buying all these subscribers. So you have a person that has all these subscribers, but doesn't have no views. So you know right there that that Muppet Boiler Room Watch channel is not trustworthy because he's lying to you. He's lying to you, making believe that everybody's looking at his video, that everybody subscribed to his video. Imagine me if I had 500,000 subscribers on my organic channel. Imagine me. Man, I'll be having probably 100,000 people looking at my premiere because it's organic. It's an organic channel. But these are Fugazi channels. Fugazi. They ain't for real. These guys are looking for lollipop suckers all day to try to get you taken. That's right. And some of you believe them. Some of you believe that they have all these subscribers. They have all these views. They have all these comments. These are comments that they just, you know, they work for them. They make all these comments. Oh my God, you're the best channel in the world. Oh my God, your watches are the best. You get the best prices. But these are just companies that they use as services so they can get you taken. That's right, because nobody's watching the video. You might see 100,000 views, but nobody's really watching it. Nobody's really watching that video. Nobody's really liking that video. Nobody's really making a comment on that video. It's the services they purchase. It's that package they purchase. That's right. Stop being monkeys, you know? Wake up already. These guys are sketching you. Sketch, you know? These guys are unbelievable. These are companies that provide all that. Subscribers, likes, comments, and views. That's right. They sell all that. Again, you know, you also have a moment there that you reach 100,000 subscribers. You get that silver red button plaque from YouTube. You know, when they know that it ain't for real, you're never gonna get that plaque. You're not gonna get that plaque. But they got another trick. They just go to eBay and buy that plaque and say, I have 100,000 subscribers. These guys are unbelievable. These guys are unbelievable. I'm telling you, these guys are unbelievable. So I'm trying to highlight all those Muppet Boiler Room channels that monetize. You know what monetize is? When you're watching their video, their watch channel, their Muppet Boiler Room watch channel, there's a part in the video that's very, very interesting, and suddenly it goes into a commercial, right? Or suddenly an ad comes out. That channel's monetized. That channel's monetized. But I want you to know, the more expensive of the company you use with all the subscribers, views, like, and comments, the more expensive it is. You can even get monetized that way too because you're spending a lot of money. You're spending a lot of money. An example, you buy 1,000 views, right? You buy 1,000 views, you buy 100 likes and 10 comments. That's gonna cost you, and this is all an example, it's gonna cost you $20, $20, right? So that week you had all that, you had 1,000 fake views, 100 fake likes, and 10 fake comments. Next week, you do the video again, and you gotta buy now 2,000 views, 150 likes, and 20 comments. $30. You spend $30, and it spirals out of control because you're doing something which is not for real. It's fake. It's not organic. It's fake. So every week you gotta pay. You gotta pay. You gotta pay. The more views you get, the more expensive it is. So let's say those channels that have 500,000 subscribers, they gotta put down. They have they get 150,000 views. That's a lot of money, but it spirals out of control. It spirals out of control, and the channel is not monetized. It's not monetized. So they're not making no income unless they're using the real expensive, social media platform that sells a service. There's one out there that charges you like around $200. They're really expensive, but they can get you also monetized. It's a sketch. It's a whole sketch. So don't let these people keep on monkeying you around. This is all a sketch. Remember, you're just buying numbers. It's all fake. You're just buying numbers. There's nothing real there. It's all fake, dodo birds. These guys are always looking to be ahead of the game by taking you, taking you, as what? As suckers. Should that Watch Muppet Boiler Room channel that you look at, should he be trustworthy? Would you trust him with a consignment watch of yours if you know that he does all these tricks to you to get your attention? Should you trust him with your consignment watch? Should you trust him buying him a watch if he's not being trustworthy with his channel and everything is just a lie? It's not an organic channel. It's fake. Be smart, guys. Don't be dodo birds. These guys are unbelievable. These guys are a bunch of hucksters, man. These guys are hucksters. These guys are dirty scoundrels, And it's like a little gang, It's like a bunch of little gang, You got Droopy Eye, you got the Penguin, you got the Indian Boys, you got Heavy D and Big Pun, You got all these people. You got Jackie Chan, you got the gentleman with the white out ears and the sweat stained hat. He's unbelievable too. These guys just buy subscribers and views and likes and comments. These guys are unbelievable. Taking you to the cleaners, to be honest. They sell you this wet dream, a fantasy. So gentlemen, wake up. Don't be dodo birds. All right? And gentlemen, the watch market is dead in a backyard pool and floating face down like this. It's dead. Dead. Well, gentlemen, I really hope you learned something from this today. All right? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I said it wrong. Don't forget to subscribe to my organic watch channel and like my video. And like I say every week, take care and brush your hair.